Shalom, shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash. My name is Brother Napak from the Camp Prophets in Babylon, down here in Tampa Bay, Florida. I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And I want to get into a quick lesson, all right? And I'm going to title this lesson, This is Our Duty, all right? This is our duty. This word, this gospel, this truth, all right, is our duty. This is something that we have to do, all right? We're obligated to do, all right? Now, to start off, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men, all right? So this is our whole duty as men of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, is to fear the Lord Yahweh, all right, and keep his commandments, all right. And, you know, we keep the commandments to the best of our abilities, man, all right. And one of the commandments is to teach and preach the gospel, man. Go out to preach the gospel, all right. Go out to feed the Lord's sheep, all right. So that's part of our duty, man. We must teach, all right. We must, follow, all right, the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities and fear the Lord. And that is our duty, man. And that's all a part of this gospel. That's all a part of this truth, this knowledge, and this understanding, all right. But Jake don't understand that, man, all right. That's why, 2/3 Jakes are still considered as children, all right, because their duty as men, all right, and I'm talking about the men, all right, their duty as men, all right, is to teach, bro. That's a part of your duty, bro, is to go out and teach. You got all these different guys that say they're a part of the gospel, all right, say they believe in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but your works don't show, all right. That is a duty. This is a duty, as for us to go and preach the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, all right. And you're gonna do that with the fear of the Lord on you, man, all right. Now I'm gonna get in the intimate line the word duty. It says obligatory service, that which ought to be done, all right. This is obligatory service, all right, that's ought to be done, man, all right. So it's an obligation, all right. We're obligated to do this work, to teach, to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to fear the Lord, to follow his laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, all right. We're obligated for that. This is mandatory, man, all right. And if you don't, you must suffer death here with 2/3 Jakes, man, all right. So as a man of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Lord told us to teach, man. The Lord told us to go prophesy, to spread his gospel, to spread his word, to feed his sheep, all right. So we're obligated to do these things, man. This is it's no if, or buts about it, man, all right. It says the force of that which is morally right, all right. This is morally right. This is good. This is righteousness. But Jake see it as wickedness, evil, all right. They try to profane us as evildoers, all right, for teaching the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right. Niggas come out there, get a job, but this is our job, man. This is our duty, all right. This is our responsibility. It's not like brothers don't got jobs on the side, actual jobs, all right, here in this world, all right. But this truth is our job, man, and it's more important than anything of this world, man. This is our duty. This is our obligation. This is what we have to do. This is mandatory, all right. Before you do anything else, you come to serve the Lord, man. Before you go chill with your woman, before you go do work for Esau, while you're doing work with Esau, you doing lessons, You're doing work for the Lord. You're doing your service. You're reasonable service unto the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Our minds is no longer conformed to this place, man. All right? Our mind is conformed to the Lord. So each and every day, we're looking to serve the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right? We always got to put time in for the Lord because we're obligated to. It's an obligation. All right? This is our duty. All right? We owe this to the Lord, man. All right? This is, let me see, I had it right here. 1 Corinthians 9:17. 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 17. It says, I'm going to start up here. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 16. It says, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. All right. So though we preach the gospel, we go out, we teach, we have nothing here to glory of. There's nothing for us to glory of. We're still, as filthy, our righteousness is still as filthy rags, man. Still as dirty as filthy rags. We don't have nothing. We still sin. All right. Jake coming to the truth to start boasting upon themselves, man. Start glorying in themselves. All right. We have nothing to glory of here, man. All right. Your main focus is just teaching the word, man. Main focus is serving the Lord, man. All right. That's where our main focus is at. All right. Not trying to make a name for ourselves. All right. A reputation for ourselves. The reputation is supposed to be given to the Lord. Scripture says he must increase while I decrease, man. So our reputation should be given unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. We should be glorying the Lord's name, glorifying the Lord. So we don't have anything to glory of ourselves. All right. But we glory the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, for the necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. So the necessity is laid upon you, man. We're compelled. That's what it says in the NLT. Compelled by the Lord Yahweh. And I'm going to get that as well. All right. To do this work. To preach the gospel. And destruction be unto you. That's why I said in the beginning of this lesson. Destruction unto you if you preach not this gospel. If you're not fulfilling your duty as a man of the Lord. Or as a man. Destruction be unto you. You're going to have to suffer destruction with these other 2/3 Jakes, man. All right? And the NLT it says, yet preaching the good news is not something I can boast about. I am compelled by Yahweh to do it. How terrible for me if I didn't preach the good news. How terrible it is for you if you didn't preach the good news. If you didn't preach the gospel. If you didn't teach the truth, man. All right? You're going to have the same end, all right, as every other 2/3 Jake that didn't serve the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And that's what nukes. That's what judgment from the Lord. All right? I'm going to continue on in the NLT. It says, if I were doing this on my own initiative, I would deserve payment. All right? So, if we were doing this on our own initiative, we would deserve payment. We would be getting paid for this. All right? But instead, we owe the Lord, man. All right? There's a due owed to the Lord that we have. That we're doing, man. All right? So we're willingly doing this, all right, to pay off that debt, to pay off that debt, due. It says, but I have no choice, for Yahweh has given me the sacred trust. All right, we have no choice, man. The Lord has given us the sacred trust, this truth, all right, this gospel. We have no choice but to do this work, but to serve the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but to continue, all right, in the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, this sacred trust that the Lord has given us. Nobody else has gotten it, all right, but the Lord has gifted it unto us, his prophets. his servants. All right? So we're not doing this on our own initiative. We're doing it through the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because the Lord required it of us, man. It is our duty. It says, what then is my pay? It is the opportunity to preach the good news without charging anyone. That's why I never demand my rights when I preach the good news. All right? So, hey, man, what is our pay, man? What is our reward? Ultimately, our reward is that salvation. Our reward is salvation, to be saved from here. All right? But it says it is an opportunity to preach the good news without charging anyone, man. All right? Every other quote unquote pastor or, teacher, they require pay, man. That's why when you go to church, they bring out them tithing, boxes every hour of the service. That's why you got Jake making the Lord's gospel a business. All right, selling T-shirts, all types of different clothing and apparel. All right, and that's all they do. It's not like they go and preach the word of the Lord. No, they turn it into a business, and that's what they did back in the day. And that's why the Lord was flipping tables, because they was doing it in the Lord's temple, man. All right. So we're not doing this to fill our own bellies and require pay out of you. We're doing it, all right, because it's our duty, man. All right. This is what we must do. This is you just, paying off the debt that we owe unto the Lord. All right. So, amen. That's really all I had on that. I just want to get into... Actually, hold on. Let me go. This is what I was trying to get. Salakia. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 14. It says, even so hath the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. All right. So, the Lord has ordained, all right, that they that preach of the gospel must live of the gospel, man. And as a prophet, or as a man of the Lord, as brothers that serve the Lord, or you consider yourself a man of the Lord, you must live with this gospel. And the part of that is teaching and preaching this truth. All right? Daily edification. All right? Daily edifying the sheep, feeding the sheep every day. And that's your service unto the Lord. All right? Let's get that real quick. Reasonable service, and I'm going to close out with that. Romans 12 and 1, it says, I beseech you, brethren, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. So we give our bodies and we present our bodies to the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and that's our reasonable sacrifice. All right? Our reasonable service, we become a living sacrifice unto the Lord. All right? So like I said, we're bound. All right, we're prisoners of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right, paying off a debt. All right, let's get that real quick. Salaki, I'm just, it's just precepts just coming up to my head. It's all the Spirit, though. Grab that. All right, just get it right here. Ephesians 4 and 1. This is Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. And in the NLT it says, therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling. For you have been called by Yahweh. So we have been called by the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We are prisoners unto the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, paying off a debt. All right? So we're obligated to do this, and we're obligated to live the life that the Lord has called us to live, man, which is being a prophet. All right? So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect and the ones listening again. And I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Kakadash. Once again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and will well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.